Hello there. Hi, everyone. All right, so we're back at the gate. If everyone's here that was here the other day, and I can see Tish and Joanne and Sarah. Hi, guys. Welcome. Great to see you. We are starting at the gate that we saw about halfway through last time. I can see that there's about 7 people here. Say hi. Let me know who's here. Happy to always love to see who's with me. And I just sent Richard on a little scout just to just see. We were debating whether to go down the road inside the gate or outside the gate. I think we're going to go outside the gate. All right. And she says, glad you popped on today. That's Joanne, I think. Yeah, great to see you. All right, so let's turn this camera around. And as usual, I always have to go through a bit of a process here. Bear with me. Camera is... One of these days I'll learn how to use Prism like all the other guys do. All right, here we go. And hi, Dawn and Mary Lou. Great to see you. All right, so we are here again outside the gate, this magnificent 1,000-year-old 11th century gate. The Puerta de Cambon, and here it is here. So we saw this last time we were here. We actually walked through it underneath. You always have to be aware of the traffic coming through, and there's quite a bit of it at this time of day apparently. So that's looking back inside the wall. But we're going to head down to the river. And once again, here is that sculpture. Don't know if you recall, last week we saw the sculpture, which is a dedication to the loss of life during COVID. So let's go and have another look at that just quickly before we head down towards the river. And Dawn says, hi Tish. Dawn's greeting everyone. Great, okay. So here's this sculpture which was erected in 2022, January, and is a memorial to the victims of COVID-19. So that I just thought I'd bring you over here and show you that once more. Hi, Alicia. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for joining me. All right, so we are, for those who weren't with me last time, we are here in Toledo, magnificent walled city above the plains of Castilla-La Mancha, just to the south of Madrid in Spain. We're about, I think it's about an hour, roughly, to the south of Spain. Really not very far. And this city is at least 2,000 years old. It is situated up on a rocky outcrop on the bend of a river. So it's naturally fortified in all directions. And so we're going to head down and have a look at the river, walk along it a little way. Unfortunately, it's a little bit cloudy this afternoon and the wind has come up. We've had a sudden change in temperature. It's much cooler today than it has been for the last few days. Hi, Neil. Great to see you. Now, I am doing my best to protect the microphone. I know it's windy this afternoon, so there's a very good chance that we may suffer some wind noise as we go, but I'm doing my very best to protect the microphone as well. We're going to start to see some absolutely gorgeous views looking down from the wall of the city down towards the larger expanse of the town down below. Now, this is the river Tagus. I think that's how you say it, Tagus, Tagus or Tagus. And then you can see from this aspect the positioning of the city up on the rock above the river. It's gorgeous, isn't it, Tish? Let's swing around one more time and have a look. So here we go. Here's the river over here. Lots of churches in this city. And here is one of them just down beneath us. Hopefully we'll hear some bells ringing at some point during our walk today. So Toledo is mainly, and I don't know how many of you are familiar with the story, Toledo is actually really well known for being the centre of the story of Don Quixote, recognised as Western literature's very first novel. Some birds soaring up there, I don't know what they are. Here's the modern bridge, here's the new bridge. We're not really interested in that one. We're going to head a little further along and see a much more beautiful bridge in a moment. But let's just take in the view from up here while we're here. Okay, so we're going to head down. There's a path, you might be able to see it just down there. That's where we're headed now. There will be steps involved, unavoidable, but we're going to do it. We'll do it. You're all with me to help me along, so it's all good. So Cervantes was the author of the story of Don Quixote, which I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about the story of Don Quixote. I've had Richard trying to bone up on it for me. So between the two of us, we'll see if we can add some value with regards to Don Quixote as we walk. But who's heard of the story? Who's read the book? Who's seen the movie? You probably all know collectively a lot more about Don Quixote than I do. Hi Emily, great to see you. All right, so we're starting to see the top of the bridge coming into view now. And look at this. Oh, the fly is going. The zip line. Ooh, we weren't going to talk about that, were we? You're all going to try and talk me into doing it, aren't you? Oh, that wind. All right. Let's look. Why are you tugging on me? He doesn't want me too close to the edge. It's actually quite a low wall, so I did feel a little bit nervous about approaching it. But yes, it is. Tish says, go Lynn, go Lynn. We're still thinking about it. We're here for a few more days. We're still thinking about it. But hopefully we'll get a chance to see another one as we get closer. There was no evidence of it being actually in operation when we walked past here a couple of days ago. But there, over there, across the river is the little pink train. We're going to try and do that as well. If you can see that, just going along there now, the little pink scenic train. Is he coming into view? I know I can't zoom in. There we go. There's the little pink train. We're hoping to do that. Dawn says, yes, do the zip line. Well, we can actually see where it is from here. So let's get a closer look at it. This wall's a bit higher. This is a bit safer. So we're going to head down there. We're going to head down and have a look at that bridge. We'll walk onto the bridge for a little way. And then we'll head down and walk along the river. Oh, here's the little pink train. Because we haven't actually been very far outside the city walls. We've walked down to the lower level, but haven't gone too much further than that. So maybe the little pink train will take us a little bit further afield. Neil says, I recall something to do with windmills, Man of La Mancha. Absolutely right, Neil. Absolutely. So apparently this book was written at 1604, I think it was, 1605. The book was written, very first, acknowledged as the very first Western novel. So the first of its kind, a literary piece of fiction written as a complete story. And it deals with the story of a man who gets into the whole mythology around knights and quests and all of that sort of thing, and then believes that he can be live that life. So he undergoes. He what?
He believes he is one.
He believes he is one. So he goes out and undertakes quests. Ronnie Lynn, hi, how are you? And she says amazing, and people are still reading it. So isn't that a gorgeous view? I wish there was no cloud. But anyway, it is what it is. We come out regardless of the weather, unless it's snowing and sleeting and blowing a gale or a hurricane. And sympathy to anyone who's in Florida right now. What, you're going to come out if there's a hurricane? No. Okay, so here we go. Let's head down. We're going to walk out onto that bridge. And then we'll walk along the river. So here we go. Here's the start of the steps, guys. But up above us is this beautiful... I actually haven't got to the bottom of what they call it. It's not a cathedral. I guess it's just a church. Dawn says, Joanne. Oh, I missed that. Oops. Joanne, so you'll not be zipping down the washing line anytime soon. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Great to see you. And where is the start of the zip line? Did we pass it already? Oh, it's just here. Do you see that sort of like ledge just there under what looks like a telegraph pole? So here's the zip line, and it goes over there to that platform over there. And as I said, we've kind of ummed and ahed and thought about it, haven't taken our inquiries much further than that. But we're still here for a few days. So you never know. You never know. We might do it. We might do it. You know me, an adventure. And this is the beautiful church that we went past the other day. And we are still in the Jewish area. So we are still seeing these little tiles here and there that we saw the other day. And Neil will remind us of what that particular one means, won't you, Neil? So this is the beautiful, oh gosh, what was the name of it again? San Juan something, and I've forgotten. My memory, I tell you, my memory is just dreadful these days. All right, here we go. Look, stairs. We're going to do it. We're going to do these stairs. So, oh, we're going over the bridge first. Sorry. Yeah. Richard just reminded me I almost missed a critical part of my walk. Bridge first, and then we come back. What, the little red one? Oh, okay, so that's the sales office for the zip line. Here's the platform over here. And Lynn says, thanks for hellos. Great to be able to watch live today. It's lovely to see you, Lynn. Here we go. Here's this church. We walked past that the other day. Neil says, to life, chai, number 18. Thanks, Neil. The number 18. Here we go. Here's the zip line. It's got a big sign that says stop, and we will obey. That. It's got McDonald's sponsorship and Google and TripAdvisor. It's got everyone sponsoring it. There's the sales office. Oh, I did see this little truck the other day. I got a photo of it, I think, the little Citroen truck. Yeah, we thought it was a coffee cart. Okay, so let's walk out onto this gorgeous bridge. What a city, huh? Amazing that these places still exist and people still live in them, and it's a living, breathing city. Hi, Inga. Lovely to see you. All right, so let's have a look down the river. Just noticed a set of stairs over there as well. So the path continues in that direction, but we'll be heading the opposite way. And there's the platform that you land on for the zip line on the opposite shore. So it's got some beautiful decorative work on this bridge. It's a little bit difficult to see. I suspect that at night time it might be illuminated. So we're going to have to try and come back at night and see what that looks like. But we've got these magnificent doors as well. Look at this. Steel? Yeah, it could be steel. Yeah, there's a nail hanging out there. stunning. And on this side, I don't know what these holes are for, but maybe there's a big old train gets shoved through there. All right, so looking down the river from the bridge, from the top of the bridge here, the artist El Greco painted Toledo. That was from Tish. Yeah, we visited the El Greco Museum the other day. We were really lucky. It was free to go in. It's very dark in there and there's no signal. So I took a few photos. You might have seen a little short clip I put up on Instagram and TikTok that depicts the 12 apostles as individual portraits. So we're going to head out down that path in a moment. Let's go a little further along and have a look down at the river. So the tourist buses stop on the other side of this bridge. They drop off all their passengers on the other side. Then they go off and park somewhere. And if you're unlucky, you arrive here at the same time as the buses do. You end up in a horde of people. All right. So this causeway here was once complete. And we think that this is some sort of a pump house next to the causeway. There's actually machinery down there. So we'll go down there and have a look at that as well. Not sure exactly the purpose. It could have been for power, perhaps. Really, there's no signage or anything, so we have no idea of the purpose of this building and the causeway. Yeah, there's no wires, there's no pipes, so we're not sure. I mean, what you're actually getting up to the town itself from whatever this might be. Over the other side of this town, and we'll do that tomorrow, over the other side of this city, there's actually a set of 7 escalators. So when you find yourself down the bottom of the hill, you can get back up again by escalator. 6, I've been corrected again. I said 7, Richard says 6. We'll find out definitively tomorrow. Okay, so here we go. Let's have a look at these stairs we're about to go down. That's it there. And you're all going to help me. You know, hold my hand walking down those stairs. Look at them all. Let's do it. Let's go. Oh, Ronnie Lynn, this is a magic place. Absolutely magical place. All your fairy tales. Imagine your princesses at the top of the towers. It's so easy to believe standing here. All those fictional characters, they all seem to come to life against these walls. Everybody clasp paws. All right, so we're just about at the top of the stairs. We'll head down. I probably will let go of the muffle on my microphone just so that I can steady myself heading down the stairs, because my knees are of an age where I have to take each one at a time. Yes, it's going to be a little bit slow, but we'll be fine. We'll do it. I know I don't like stairs at all, Emily. And the apartment we're staying in is on the second level, which was a bit of a blow when we discovered that. But that's okay. And I'm going to be huffing and puffing a little bit as well. Okay, here we go. Richard's offering to take the gimbal for me, but I'm plugged into the headphones and everything, so no, it's okay. We'll be fine. I'll be all right. He's trying to grab my shirt. Actually, go ahead of me, so if I fall, I'll fall on you.
Thinking of the gimbal.
It served me well. It served me well. He says he's thinking of the gimbal because it was expensive. He's not thinking of me. All right, see if we can look at the view instead of where my feet are going so that you've got something to look at. Bear with me. Not too much further. See, now you're all thinking that you wish I was a young 30-year-old, don't you? I know I am. All right, let's pause here for a moment. No handrails, no, yeah, there's no handrails here, which is a bit of a blow. Thanks, Tish. All right. There's kind of like, it's low, the brick is low. When I get to this point, I can sort of hold onto it, but going down the steps themselves, there's nothing to actually hang on to, unfortunately. When we get round to the other side, we can walk up a road, which is much easier. Still going to take my breath away, but it's much easier. Unless we go on to those other escalators. Is that very far, do you think? There's 2 sets of escalators in this town. Okay. Almost there. Inga says, I'm thinking you could do forest bathing here. I would like to find another place to do forest bathing. I don't think walking down these steps is a great place for doing it. Yeah, I'm constantly on the lookout, Inga, to find a good spot for forest bathing. And in Europe, well, actually a lot of places that we've been to this year, we've been largely staying in places where it's built up. And so it doesn't really lend itself. All right. And I don't know why, but I've got one light flashing on my gimbal, which it shouldn't be doing. So I thought my gimbal was fully charged, but it should still be fine. It should still last the distance. What we have here is a map of all the walks that fan out from Toledo. So Toledo is that little pink dot there in the middle. The old city is in this area here. We're about there. We're staying about there. So this is the old city. Young knees would be great, but you would not want to give up all your life experience and wisdom. That's so true, Lynn. And we've got some nice photos here. And the post is all in Spanish, so I can't help you at all. But this kind of gives you an idea of the river. So we've got, it's a very windy river all the way through here. And you can see what I mean by the city is surrounded by a natural moat in a way, sitting up there on the rock. So it's a very well protected city. There we go. Okay, so let's start walking. And we've been going for 23 minutes already. Didn't realise we'd been going that long. Dubrovnik and San Francisco hate knees. Sorry, you might have got a bit of noise on the microphone there. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Hang on. See what I'm doing here. There, that's better. My little muffle slid down and I was pushing it the wrong way. So this is very civilised, this path. So we're going to walk along here a little way. The path gives way to sand at one point, and then a little further along there's a bit of a sculpture trail. There's the ruins of an old bridge, an ancient bridge, so we'll see that, which seems to be a home for pigeons these days. And here we go under this old bridge, which I know very little about. And unfortunately, because all the signs are in Spanish, it's difficult to actually do any real research on these things. Try as I might. So we tend to end up just walking and absorbing the atmosphere more often than not. There's a fellow walking his dog. I'll get on this side. And at some point, every now and again, I'll look up and we'll see if we can see the city at all, because we're now walking underneath it. It looks like they've been chopping out some agave plants here. Yeah, I don't think it's natural to the area. It mustn't be welcome here. Looks like they're trying to rehabilitate this hillside. Okay, so here's this pump house I mentioned earlier. Sorry, I missed something there, Tish. I'm not sure what that was about. All right, so here we go. We're looking up at the town here. You still have that annoying heart. Is there something I should be doing? Is it me? Is it at my end? What are you guys seeing that I'm not? I'm not sure. I've obviously missed something. That's okay. Oh, it's YouTube. Oh, okay. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Using the emojis. Using the emojis on YouTube can be a real pain, can't it? All right. So this is might be easier if I actually use the steps here. The ramp is just a little too steep. Okay, almost at the bottom here. Not too much further. So, of course, tomorrow we'll be doing Where Am I Wednesday, and we'll be doing that at the change time of 6 p.m. Just finding, because sunrise is so late in the morning, it really makes it difficult for everybody. It doesn't really suit anybody well. So 8 o'clock in the morning is sunrise, and it's just not working for me. So that's why I decided to make it in the evening instead. All right, Aninga says I still have it. It's not blocking my chat, but I'm on a laptop, so bigger screen. Yeah, that heart thing is a real pain, isn't it? So this is where the causeway is, and they've broken through. When this was functional, the water would have gone through here for some reason. Then there's sort of a sluice gate there. We're just going to lean over. Hold on. So you can see what the old plant looks like down below. Obviously, water was channeled through there for some purpose, but I'm not sure exactly what it would have been. So you guys have got the heart thing figured out? Yeah, I know, it's a pain. YouTube makes things tricky sometimes. It looks like it's almost as if they haven't figured it out for all devices. So if you're on a laptop, it works one way, and if you're on a mobile device, it works completely differently. Alicia says you appreciate the later start time. Yeah, thanks, Alicia. The mystery's deepened, Tish says. Oh, no. All right, so here's some more photos. We'll just keep walking. We're on the Camino Natural del Tajo, and my gimbal's being a little bit erratic. So I'll try not to move it too much. And as you can see now, the path has become more natural. A very pleasant walk along the river. It seems there are people without a heart. If I only had a heart. Well, this tour will just have to be known as the Tour of the Heart. How about that? Let's see if we can hear some bird sounds, bird calls. So the temperature dropped quite dramatically just over the last day or two, which means that Richard now owns an article of clothing with long sleeves because we went and checked out a second-hand clothing store yesterday. So he's not just limited to 2 pairs of shorts and 3 t-shirts anymore. Now he actually has something that's a little bit warmer. I, on the other hand, still need to sort myself out with a pair of pants, a pair of trousers, because all I have is thin cotton pants, and I know that that's not going to do me. And here we get to look up at the rocky outcrops up there. So you can really see how the town is built on a rock at this point. And then across the river, we've got the gorge. It's a nice spot just to sit and contemplate. Are there spikes there? Do you mean on those plants, Dawn? I don't think so. There might be one spike right at the tip of each, is it called a leaf on those plants? All right, so the river's actually moving quite quickly here. And although we're looking back towards the bridge, we can't actually see it yet. We will get into a position where we can actually see it a little further along. Oh, spikes on the rocks. The spikes on the rocks, Dawn's asking. Up the top there. There could well be, I guess, to try and stop people climbing. But you'd have to be pretty silly, I would have thought. There are walls and there are railings and fences and what have you up there. It's a bit of a long way if you fall. And now we have a nice boardwalk, very pleasant to walk on. And we're starting to see glimpses of the old ruined bridge up ahead. All right, let's just pause here and have a look. And if we look back, we can now see the old bridge again, presenting quite a lovely image. We're still a fair way from sunset. I think sunset's in around about an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours from now, but it is in that direction. Yes, this boardwalk does look fairly new, Neil. The timber, I can still smell the timber. And then if we look up here, Dawn, you were asking me if there's spikes in the rocks. Well, there's railings up there. And in some parts, you can actually see part of the older wall. I don't know if that's original wall, but it's older. And then over here we have, as I said, we've got the ruins of the old bridge over in this direction. Yeah, it is that new that I can smell it, Inga. There's definitely a new timber smell here. All right, I just watch my feet and where I'm going. there's a runner. I wasn't sure which side he was going to run on. So I stopped dead. Stopped dead and let him decide. Okay, so here we go again, looking up at the edge of the town. There's not a lot to see at this point. All the magnificent buildings are a little further around. We have the old Alcazar, which we managed to get a bit of a look at the other day. There's a couple of floors that are undergoing renovation, so we weren't able to go into all of it, but it's housing a military museum exhibition at the moment. And in the basement, they've excavated ruins that date back to Roman and the Visigoth eras, which is quite interesting. Tish says, feel like I'm in Montana now. Tish, would you want a bushy tail? What would it look like? All right, so here we go, back towards that lovely bridge again. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous with that reflection of the clouds on the river. And then coming up. I'm not exactly certain what's growing on the hillside. It could be olives. I know it has the colour of olives, but I'm not absolutely certain. And then the hillside is very steep. So I don't know how you would go about harvesting if they were being grown for harvest. We're going to go off trail just for a little way. We discovered this when we were down here checking it out the other day. And the last glimpse of the bridge just goes around the bend. All right. Just head along here a little way. It's only a very short deviation, but it will bring us out right where the old bridge is. This is a far more interesting trail, isn't it? Alrighty. So while we have nothing in particular to talk about, I've been talking to several of the guides in the last few days, and they're all very, very keen to come up with ideas on how we can get more people as part of our community. Some of them are finding it really frustrating that we just don't seem to have numbers that make their tours viable, which is a real shame because we know that they all have something of value to offer. So I'm going to be talking to a few more over the coming days as we try and brainstorm ways that we can get more people not only joining our groups but joining tours and seeing if we can do things differently. So if anyone has ideas on what you want to see out of live streaming and live tours, please let us know, or let your favourite guide or let your preferred guide know what we could be doing more of. All right, so there's the old bridge. We can only imagine what it must have looked like. There appears to be it could be a road on top. Not really sure what that is. and I'm hearing bird calls as well. And then all of a sudden, bizarrely, we just pop out at this no longer used, I don't know what it is. Is it a picnic area? There's a bin and some seats. And if we look up here, we can see remnants of the old wall. And I saw some sort of a big bird on top of that wall there as well, the bridge. Do you see the one on the left? It's big and it's grey. It's bigger than the pigeon, so I'm not sure what it is. And then there's remnants of something over here as well. Emily, I'll be back in January. So keep hanging in there. I'll be back. And I'll be back in Newcastle, where, if you recall, I was doing tours of the rock pools and places like that. Nobby's Head, Nobby's Beach. And the Fort Scratchley, the Sculpture Trail. So I will be back. Hang in there. You don't have too much longer to wait. Hi, Lethargy. So it appears that there must be a little train that comes along here, I think. So it's almost like we left civilization and then we've returned to it. And then up here we have a kind of cascade. Am I getting travel weary? Some days I am. We're taking it slow. You know what? I'm not trying to do too much. So we're kind of living as if we're living, just a lifestyle rather than traveling, if that makes any sense at all. We're not out there, doing touristy things every day. We try to see as much as we can in a place, but also keeping in mind that we're not going out to restaurants, we're cooking for ourselves, we're going shopping for food. So we're doing just the ordinary everyday stuff as well. And I think that helps to keep us grounded, maybe. When will I visit Annette? After Christmas, Neil. I don't know where that goes, but we're going to continue on just a little further. After Christmas, I'll be visiting my brother in San Francisco for Christmas. And he lives in Sonoma, which is just north of San Francisco. And then she's in Sacramento, which is about an hour east of where my brother is in Sonoma, which is wine country. And this is just really odd. It's almost like, I don't want to call it amateurish, but it just looks very rustic. You know Sonoma, Tish? Yeah, he has a hobby vines. He's got a small vineyard. He's harvesting right now. Long days out in the vineyards harvesting. Yeah, it's a much better way to go, isn't it, Dawn? I mean, I like very much to experience the local cooking, the local food, but I do it very minimally. So we're buying, of course, local food in the supermarkets. We're having a lot of ham and jamon, um, local cheeses, local breads, um, olives, of course. And Ronnie Lynn says, you visit Annette right after I leave her. Yeah, I was aware that you were going in. Is it next month, November? All right, so here we have a cascade of some sort. So I think it's man-made, what the water's pouring over, like another causeway or some such. Yeah, we want the Ronnie Annette show, don't we, guys? I'll only be with her for a couple of days. I'm going to try and persuade her to do something with me, but she's got other plans at the moment. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. All right, so let's go and have a look at the cascade. And I think that there's more industrial plant type out of use equipment up here as well. So whether it's another pumping station of some sort, really not sure. All right, and there's one last thing I want to show you before I finish up, but we're going to have to climb a little bit of a hill to get to it. It's very cool. So I just need to find a spot. It did rain quite heavily last night, so the ground's a bit boggy today. And I'm seeing water in places that I didn't see water when we were here last. But if I go through here, and we'll pop out the other side. So here we can see again, this is some other kind of channel. For what purpose, I couldn't tell you. If we go up here, we need to be short. I'm short. So yeah, there's this wheel for maybe a sluice or something. And then, there we go. All right. And just head out through the other side. Oh, that really is low. I'm wondering if someone actually lives here. That almost looks like a fireplace over there. I reckon this is the ruins of a house, maybe. Not sure. Not sure. But now there's bins. It's equipped for leisure. People can sit here, have a picnic maybe. And there's a couple of sculptures here. Oops. Oh, absolutely, Ronnie Lynn. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? There's so much more I haven't showed you. It's inside the city walls. The signal is dreadful. It's really, I mean, I go walking, we go discovering laneways and little narrow streets and cobblestone lanes and stone buildings and what have you. And It's just gorgeous, but the signal is absolutely dreadful. And the sound of the running water. There's geese over there. I think they're geese. Big fat white birds over there. Let's go have a look. Are they geese or ducks? Who knows they're birds? Oh yeah, they're geese. It's all right, I'm going to stay back here, guys. You don't have to worry about me. Being very protective, aren't they? All right, and here we go. Here's the Tagus Valley. And then we can look up. Look, there we go. There's the church with the bell tower up there. Now, I don't know if that's the Alcazar. Is that the Alcazar? No, it's not. It's further around. The Alcazar looks like that. It's big, square. It's got corner turret tower things. But it's, yeah, I think it's further around from here. So it would take us a fair bit longer to get over there. Should we go that way? What do you think? Oh, I saw the geese.
I'm just going to get.
Oh, Richard says he's going to get dinner. I think they will attack you if you get too close. I think so. So what do you think? Shall we negotiate? I was going to take them up to the baths, the Roman baths.
Arab baths.
Roman Arab baths. Arab baths.
We don't know what's wrong with it.
No, we don't know what's along there. We haven't walked that section of the path before. So I think we'll take you up and I'll show you what I was planning on showing you. And that'll be enough for today. There's this tree stump here that's got carvings in the side of it, almost like a totem pole thing. So I don't know if you can see there the faces. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, definitely, Joanne, definitely. And please, if you've got a car, please go and see the windmills. It's just too hard to get to for us. But if you have use of transport, we wanted to go and see the windmills, but it just didn't work out. Okay, let's go up and see this bath thing. Arab baths. Baños Árabes. See, my knees still work a bit. So parking is a premium in this city. I don't know if Richard's still trying to catch that goose. We have to walk up this steep driveway first. And then once we're back up the top, we're only halfway there. To our place, I mean. Still have to go uphill a fair way to get to where we're staying. Dawn says, Lynn, you've showed us so many amazing things this year. Thanks, Dawn. It would be selfish of me not to share, wouldn't it? And Sarah says, the river looks so calm. The goose whisperer. Look at the top of the roof. Very Spanish tiles there. Whoops. So I'm huffing and puffing already. He's coming. He's behind me now. Yeah, so just up here, this is why I love Google Maps. I spend so much time in front of Google Maps looking for things to go and see. And as we were walking up the hill the other day, I saw this and I thought, oh wow, that sounds So interesting. Oh, definitely get your aerobic exercise in this place. Pause. Whew. So you can see the sky starting to sort of colour up over there as well. A late afternoon. Excuse me. Is he covered in white feathers? I missed something about Anna. Where's? Oh, do you mean? I'm not sure what. Is Anna coming here or are you meeting? You've seen Anna already, I know. Are you catching up again? All right, there's the city wall again up there. You can see the round turrets up there. But we're going this way. And we've been going almost an hour, so that's not too bad. Sometimes it's hard to predict, even though you walk it, you practice it, you try it out. Sometimes it's not always easy to predict exactly how long you're going to be doing the tour for. But just up here are the remains of a bathhouse. You might be just starting to see glimpses of it on the hillside. Oh, there were photos, Neil. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. Look at that sky now. And you can see the remains of the bathhouse on the hillside. It's really beautiful, isn't it, Tish? Adriana, hi, welcome. That's okay. Sorry? Yeah, it's looking beautiful. And people are remarking on how lovely the sky looks. I'm not sure if there's any advantage to us actually going down to the bathhouse. You don't actually see it any better than what we're seeing from here, but we might try and get a little closer. You can't actually go in and ramble over it. Let's see how close we can get. This is actually a really good spot to finish up anyway. There we go. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And look at the river from here. So we have the traditional style Spanish house down below us. Gorgeous. I'm just letting the colour adjust, the exposure adjust as I move the camera. We'll get a little closer to it. Let's see how close I can get. Meanwhile, we're admiring the sky as we walk. Yes, Emily, Georgia isn't EU, so I guess that's up to whatever Georgia allows. All right, we've just hit the 1 hour mark, so I think that was perfectly timed. Brilliant. All right, so let's see, what can we see from here? do remember that these floorboards were a bit dodgy when we walked on here the other day. We're aiming for the bearers with the studs. There we go. So that's an ancient Arabic bathhouse with the sun setting in the sky just above. And the sound of the water in the background. It's lovely, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? Oh, the wind's up again. Sorry, guys. I just let that muffle slip a little. You're very welcome, Inga. Thanks, Emily. And that's beautiful. All right, I'm going to head back up to where those steps were and sign off from there, being very careful where I walk. I don't trust these timbers very much. And there's no point going up there because you've just got screen. You can't really look through it. Sorry? Oh, Richard's making hand gestures and sign language, and I'm not sure what he's referring to. There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's finish up. I'll head over here and we'll finish up. I'll try and find you a nice background. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your endorsement, as always. As I said, tomorrow is Where Am I Wednesday at the later time, same time as I started today. Saturday is National Spanish Day, and it appears that everything is happening in Madrid. I went to the tourist office and I asked them, what's happening in Toledo for National Spanish Day? Oh, not much. We think there might be some kind of a immersive art thing, but I'm not sure where and I'm not sure what time. So I'm going to try and find out more. If I manage to find out anything at all that's concrete, I'll create an event and we'll see you on Saturday as well. Okay, thank you so much for the prompt, Tish. I appreciate it. Let's turn this camera around. And why don't I position myself so I've got the sun behind me. Okay, front camera over there. And is the camera gonna behave? There we go. Just as I got a low battery warning. All right, everyone, thanks so much again. If you enjoyed it and you're able, I do appreciate the support if you can. And I thank all of you who are already supporting me. You are very, very appreciated. I'm very grateful to you. Put your postcards up on the group and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.